What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the network. Interesting stuff this week, and definitely today. So, earlier in the week, we all were made aware of the official announcement of Ben Roethlisberger's retirement. He posted a video on Twitter, I believe, and, well, needless to say, the rest is history there. So, I think that was something that was expected as far as Ben Roethlisberger was concerned. He hasn't been the same for the last couple of years, and he definitely didn't look very good this year. And it just isn't really all that surprising that this is it for him. And the fact that Pittsburgh had announced earlier in the season that they were going to move on from Ben Roethlisberger, the writing was pretty much on the wall at that point. Now, when it comes to Tom Brady, on the other hand, I can understand where a lot of people felt like, he showed the body language, I guess, so to speak, after the Rams defeated the Bucks a week ago in Tampa Bay. And for me, just what I gathered off of that, I could see that he was definitely disappointed. I mean, I think that anytime that you're in a situation where you're in the playoffs and you have good a shot as anybody to win the Super Bowl, and in their case, repeat as Super Bowl champions, I think that just getting as far as the divisional round, knowing the competitor that Brady has proven to be over the past 22 years, you know, I, I'd be shocked if we saw any other reaction from him on that. I mean, the guy hates losing. He's a proven winner through and through. And to me, just the fact that it was even being reported that he was going to be making an announcement this week, there are a lot of things that just don't add up about that to me. For one thing, again, tomorrow is Championship Sunday. I can't see anyone of the magnitude of a Tom Brady actually wanting to break the news of his retirement this soon after being eliminated from the playoffs. Um, just knowing the way that he's gone about his business, he's a very private person. I would like to think. Well, I guess I shouldn't say very private, but he is known to play things tight to the vest. He doesn't really go as far as hinting what his intentions are. We can all speculate on that. That's one thing. But very rarely is he going to make a move this immediate, just with all this still being pretty fresh. And to me, I think if you had to put the images side by side of him after the loss to the Rams and Aaron Rodgers after his loss to the San Francisco 49ers, you would think Rodgers would be the more likely to retire. Just if we're basing things off of quote unquote body language and whatever other behaviors you want to highlight. But it seems as though now, I mean, the way that the news is coming across, it's pretty strong. It seems that it's likely he's planning to retire. He didn't want anything getting out about it this soon. In fact, I would say, I think after I first actually saw the breaking news about that, which for me would have been, I'm thinking about 12 o'clock Mountain Time when I saw it. I wasn't paying attention to the clock at that point, but just knowing that, again, it's the point in time that we're in right now, late January, and this is already starting to circulate. Needless to say, there's definitely smoke to the fire, but there's actually been a little bit of misdirection where that's been concerned. Now there are conflicting reports saying that he hasn't even made a decision yet, and I'm more inclined to believe that. I'm not going to be the type to say that he isn't going to retire, because for all I know, maybe he is. Maybe he's actually done. I honestly feel like he's got one more year in him, and if he really wants to, he'll play. But also, after careful consideration, it would also make sense if he decided to hang it up with where everything is here and now. He really doesn't have anything to prove. 7 Super Bowl championships, 5 Super Bowl MVPs, 2 league MVPs. I mean, resumes don't get much better than that, if at all. I mean, you're not going to see much anything else like this for a long time. I mean, I remember having a conversation with someone where after they defeated the Chiefs last year in the Super Bowl, I felt as if, and I still feel this way actually, with all the GOAT conversations and debate, who is the GOAT, MJ or LeBron? For me, it's always going to be MJ. But the way that I put it when the Bucks won last year is, if there's anyone who, in my eyes, deserves to be the GOAT above Michael Jordan, it's Tom Brady. And just the fact that he's done everything that he's done to this point, and just you know has practically made it seem easy. I mean, he's the only other one besides MJ that I could think of, as far as all the things that I've witnessed throughout the entirety of my life. I mean, he's the only one that's really had it like that, to where he makes it look easy to the extent that he does, and as impactful as he does. I take nothing away from LeBron, and I get where a lot of people side with him in that conversation. They're just not correct about that. But that's neither here nor there. Just getting right back to the point. Um, yeah, I'm not willing to believe it until I see it, and until the press conference has been called. He's out there and he's looking to make the announcement, and I definitely don't see that happening. I would say at the earliest, maybe a month from now would make the most sense, or at least as we get close to the new league year, which is March 16th. And if he hasn't called together something before that, I would say expect him to be in uniform come the 2022 season. Well, training camp, but either way, I would say between now and March 16th. So roughly about a month and a half, a little more than that. If we don't hear anything from him before that, then I would expect him to be playing. But a lot of the, I guess, speculation, it's strongly leaning towards him retiring. Again, I'll believe it when I see it, but who knows? That being said, let me know what you guys think. Is he retiring? Do we see him back in 2022? Let me know. With that being said, I thank you for being here. Thanks for having me. Like and subscribe if you enjoy. And again, comment down below just whatever your thoughts are on the matter. And on that note, thanks for being here. Thanks for having me.